Hey, welcome back to Snapbolt Games. My name's Max, and I'm back with another Pauper League. And today is the first day that Tales of Middle-earth, the new Lord of the Rings set, is legal in Pauper. So we got some new cards to try out. So I'm going to get into this deck tech and which new cards we're playing in a second. Real quick, going to shout out my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/snapbolt. Go to my channel and subscribe if you want to support me. It's really the best way. You can check out all my leagues on there. I post every single league I record. Um, and without further ado, let's just get into a deck and we're going to play a league. This deck is Jun Gardens. I played this deck on my channel through a couple leagues, but we didn't have these new cards. So first, let me get into what this deck is, then we'll go over the new cards. This is a Jund token style deck. We use cards like Glimmer Baron, 2 mana, 1/2, sack a token, it gets +2/+2. It's kind of like a green Atog, it's a lot worse. We play Cloakwood Swarm Keep. Oh man, I can't talk. We're gonna roll with it. Cloakwood Swarm Keeper that grows whenever a token enters the battlefield, and then we play like a bunch of token producers like Kuldotha Rebirth, Sprout Swarm, Deadly Dispute, and Colony Garden. Crowd favorite here. This one actually is pretty sick in Pauper, and I know it's a land that enters the battlefield tapped, but a lot of times it does feel like you're like getting an extra card or mana out of it because you're getting the O1 token, which is pretty good in this deck. Okay, now onto the new cards from the new Lord of the Rings set. The main one here that is a kind of a new focal point of the deck is MIRKWOOD Bats. 4 mana, 2/3 flying. Whenever you create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life. So create or sacrifice a token is the big deal here. So if you have a MIRKWOOD Bats in play, you just play a Kuldotha Rebirth, you drain them for 3, just like that. Um, but one really nice combo in this deck specifically, most decks, you can just make a treasure. You make the treasure, drain for 1, you sack the treasure, you drain for another 1. That's really good. We can do that here with Deadly Dispute. But if we have a Glimmer Baron in play, any token we play, we can then sacrifice, even if it's like a Goblin token or a Colony Garden token, or let's say our board is like 5 tokens plus a Glimmer Baron. We can just play Mirkwood Bats, swing with Glimmer Baron, sack our board, drain for 5, have a huge Glimmer Baron attacking. So there's some pretty cool stuff we can do with bats. Now, let me say one thing like why I'm worried about bats. You might notice here from the previous list, if you know those lists, I had to make room for bats. What did I cut? I actually cut Lightning Bolt. So we don't really have any removal anymore. The problem was you need basically all your cards to produce tokens if you can, but then with the good token producers in Pauper, like Deadly Dispute, Kuldotha Rebirth, you need a lot of sacrifice outlets to go with those. So you kind of have to play Ichor Wellspring Synthesizer type cards that don't produce tokens. So there's just not enough space left for non-token producing cards because we have a lot of token payoffs at this point. Bats, Swarmkeeper, Glimmer Baron, those don't produce tokens, but they kind of are payoffs for tokens. So there just wasn't enough space to cut like token producers to make room for bats. So that's the reason for that. I even have gone down on Chromatic Star just to have more ways to produce tokens and less like of this filtering effect. But I was losing a lot of games I would lose with the deck was due to mana screw. So I feel like Chromatic Star, it works well with Rebirth and Deadly Dispute, but it's also just like a bad mana fixer that we're playing in our deck. Some other updates here. We're playing the 4 Colony Garden. That's not an update, but what is I've just gone up to 4 Rakdos Carnarium. I always liked having a Colony Garden and a Rakdos Carnarium. It's just the best combo. I think it's the best bounce land for this deck because when you have one of each, then you have all your colors right there. So I was playing like one red-green bounce land or cutting one of these, but I think this is really nice just to have the full 4/4. This deck mulligans a fair amount, kind of inconsistent. So when you mulligan, but then you see your hand Colony Garden, Rakdos Carnarium, you get to make 2 plants, you get 3 mana total, and you have all your colors just with these 2 lands. So that's the reason for the 4/4 split there. Looks a little awkward, but I think it's pretty strong. The other new card we're playing is Cast into the Fire in the sideboard. It's 1 red, 1 colorless instant, choose 1. It deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures or exile target artifact. When I was building decks with the new cards, I just kept wanting to put this card in my sideboard. it just has like such a great, it covers so many bases out of the sideboard. I feel like it's just so strong there. It is main deckable in certain decks for sure, like Blue Red Fae is a good example of a place you might want to main deck it. But it just does so much because you don't need to play as many cards like Arms of Adar or Suffocating Fumes. And 2 mana instant exile an artifact was already a somewhat playable sideboard card before. So now having like Cast into the Fire just seems like such a massive upgrade. Again, you get these like rats against elves, you get exile target artifact against affinity, you get like the 1 damage split even against decks like Fae. It just seems so good. So I think that'll about do it for the deck. I did add one Blood Fountain as well. There's kind of like a flex spot or two where I've tried like a couple Mog War Marshals and various things like that, but I'm trying the one Blood Fountain. The Blood token seems nice with bats. Getting bats back seems good in grindy matchups. Just seems like a solid card for the deck. Without further ado, let's get right into round one. All right, welcome to round one. We're against GFSC. We have a pretty good hand here. This is kind of like an aggro hand. This looks dope. Kind of sucks we don't have our green mana, but we might be able to make some big Swarm Keepers here, especially depending on what we draw. We are against red though. Yeah, the thing is, I didn't mention this yet, but I thought we might not want 4 bats. Like 2 or 3 might be the correct number. However, the thing is, like, I want to just try to test it as much as possible right now and start with the full 4. 4 mana is pretty expensive, but we'll see how it goes. The other thing I wanted to mention was that, yeah, bat being 4 mana, if you have like, let's say you play bat and then play rebirth to drain for 3, it's like, wow, that was so good. But it's like you could also just play lightning bolt and just like 1 mana 3 damage is so good too. So bats, like, while it has high upside of like letting you win games where you might not win otherwise, when you have a big board or draining for 10 or double bats, you can do really cool stuff like that. But there's certainly some downside. Okay, we're against just like Kuldotha Red, it looks like. Of course, they had the Swift Spear. They're chaining Reckless Impulses here, and I'm just going to get a Forest. Our hand, just a little bit awkward. Another Ash Barrens. I can only play one of these rebirths right now anyway. I feel like I have to just go Swarmkeeper into rebirth, have 3/1/1s and a 2/2 pass. Like, if I just play Swarmkeeper pass, I mean, I guess I could do that. And then if I draw like a Synth or a Chromatic Star, it's just so good. I mean, Chromatic Star is like one of my best draws anyway. Just debating if I want to rebirth this turn or wait till next turn. I don't really have great blocks on Swiss Spirit anyway, but they're probably just going to Reckless Impulse. So maybe I do. I think I'm just going to go for the double spell right here. I have plenty of mana, so I can start rebuilding my mana next turn. Kind of awkward, but I'm going for it. They're like, what am I playing against? Gather the Swarm. Now we'll see what they do to determine how we want to block. I'm not sure how I'm going to block yet. It really just depends. I mean, if they just go Reckless Impulse, don't play a land, they can't even attack. I could just triple block with my goblins. If they have a bunch of mana available, it gets a lot sketchier. What we don't want to see is we don't want to see, main deck like End the Festivities or anything. So if I triple block, it's kind of good because Triple block with my goblins. If they bolt a goblin to kill the other two, they kill all three goblins, save their Sphere. We also kill Goblin Blast Runner, essentially. So I'm going to go for it. It's not that greedy. I mean, I guess it is if they bolt Swarmkeeper here. That is pretty bad for me. Change my mind. Because, yeah, if they just bolt here, sure, I kill Blast Runner. But Blast Runner's not that good here anyway. Just going to chump. It's just too likely that they can just go bolt on the Swarmkeeper. And on my turn, I'm probably just going to go play Swarmkeeper, play Carnarium. Pretty whack turn, but it's all we can do. Really just need to find an artifact or just like any way to produce tokens here. I think I can attack. I can try to trade 2 Goblin tokens for this. Assuming they can sack a permanent, which they can. This is actually an interesting card too that we could play. They want to go like bolt on a Goblin token now, that's fine. They might do it. I guess they might just sack blood too. Yeah, they're going bolt on a Goblin token, but not a Swarmkeeper. I think that's fine. And then just a post-combat Reckless Impulse for double Rebirth. This is pretty awkward. We just can't do anything this turn. So, yep, hand did not come together. This, I've played I've been like testing even like before Bats came out, just like drawing hands with the deck and playing some like a couple like just casual games. And this draw is definitely poor for the deck, but like I said, this deck is relatively inconsistent here. Just gonna cycle Ash Barrens. I think we're just losing this game pretty much no matter what. One thing is like Bats doesn't really help you stabilize. It only like helps drain. Or something like, is it Falconwrath Aristocrat? It's a card I had like in a placeholder for Bats. It does actually help you stabilize on certain boards. Keep trying here, but I think we're dead. Could have gotten another forest, but I don't think it matters too much. They have 3 cards in hand. It's not even like, I mean, if I just play Gardens, I get a 3/3 and a 2/2. It doesn't even really do anything. Might as well. I don't think it like does much to show them that I have Gardens. Yeah, this is the first game, but it's going rough for sure. Red, of course, is going to be a tough matchup. Okay. That's 7. I mean, I think they're probably just going to Fire Blast me. Just make some blocks. Yeah, they're paying costs for Fire Blast right now. Okay. They're trying to. Oh, they have Improvised Club. Nice. They're testing some new cards as well. Sweet. All right, let's bring in Weather. I guess Cast into the Fire is okay. I wonder if we want Spider Silk Armor too, because they're probably going to have some type of like end the festivities type thing. I think we mostly just want Weather the Storm. I don't think we want to like over sideboard too much. Bats does seem pretty loose in this matchup, just because it seems like just way too slow. Can just take out like all the slow stuff. We could even bring in some more, like we could cut more copies of bats. Like we just don't really need it, I don't think, to win. It sucks to just cut bats like in the first game, but like against red, it seems kind of rough. I feel like just like into the fire, kill two like things or kill like one thing is just not good enough. Kill two 1/1s just like doesn't seem like really what I care about. I guess I could potentially exile a land or a synth, but that doesn't even seem that good either. We'll just try it like this. Just sideboard minimally. Let's go game 2. All right, game 2, we're against GFSC. Would you like to play first? Yes. I think we just have to mulligan this one. You can see what I mean. These hands are just a little bit too awkward. What's up, Mayor Empire? It's mulligan. All right, we have to keep this. Another pretty awkward one here, but we can just put back what? Put back Forest, get a little greedy. We could just put back Bats. Bats isn't going to be good for a while. All right. Let's Forest go. The old classic T1 Sisphere. I'm just gonna get Mountain, play Mountain, pass, and then hopefully they like double spell, and I can Weather the Storm for 9, and then untap and synth. That is the plan. Right, it's not very good yet. All right, they go Epicure, sure. Let's see if they also go like Called Off the Rebirth here. I think they're going to. Yep. I'll just let them attack. I'll just Weather like at the end of their turn. They're not going to Fire Blast or anything, but might as well just wait. No harm in waiting. Oh, I didn't bring in. I made a mistake. I should have definitely brought in Arms of Adar. That was a huge mistake, actually. Just go Synth. See what we hit. We have like nothing in our hand. We're just so far behind here. This has just been pretty embarrassing. We're just getting like absolutely trounced so far. Opponent just like, I don't know what they're doing. They're just taking their time. Just trying to resolve this synth trigger. Sprout Swarm. Pass the turn. I think we just lose here. We'll just probably pack it in, go on to the next one. This is just like a complete shutdown. Guess we're still at 20 with them having 4 cards in hand, but we don't have anything going on. Raise my red source. Jeez. Yeah, we're just crushed here. Could play Glimmer Baron, but I think I'll just pack it in. Let's just go on to the next match. GG's. All right, after getting completely trounced in round 1, let's go round 2 against Rough Rider. Would you like to play first? Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time. We'll keep this hand. Opponent's on a mulligan to 6. Now this hand is a little land heavy, but we have this combo of gardens plus carnarium, so we can slowly start making plants, and then like while we accrue other value eventually, you know. It's kind of how this deck goes. It might be against Ponza, so I don't really want to play carnarium because we could just get turn 3 land destruction here. I guess it's not too bad though. I get to pick up gardens. I can place them next turn. I'm not going to get my land killed next turn. So I feel like I do it. And against Highland Forest, I'm not scared about my Sprout Swarm getting countered. I'm actually just going to cast it now. Play Carnarium. Bounce Gardens. Pass the turn. And yeah, Ponza is pretty rough considering we're a 4 bounce line deck. But it's nothing we can't handle. Wild Growth, okay. And Utopia Sprawl, interesting. We'll see if they have like the 4 mana land destruction spell. All right, Ichor Wellspring. I was gonna play Synth, but I think I'm just gonna wait on Synth and just play Wellspring Gardens, and then if this gets blown up, so be it. Attack for 1. All right, we're slowly making tokens. We're doing it. This feels like an Acid Moss. Oh no, 5-drop, Avenging Hunter. If it is Hunter, I could play another Sprout Swarm and then take the initiative that way. Oh wow, they're not doing. Oh, maybe they thought they could boarding party. Wow, that was exactly what we needed to draw. Rebirth is also kind of a combo with Sprout Swarm because you go wide, and then you can just make more tokens this way. I think I'm just gonna go Gardens into play Sprout Swarm right now with the 1 mana floating that I have. I don't know if I need to though. I could go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Then I only have potentially 3 left. I can't double Sprout Swarm no matter what. I think I might as well just cast with buyback. I don't think there's any real downside. Oh, I could have not attacked, and then I just totally miscalculated it. Oh man, I'm just making a couple mistakes here. What I definitely should have done is just done exactly this, no attack, and then Sprout Swarm with buyback 1 more time. That was actually a pretty big mistake. Now we're just like a token down for no reason. Boarding party into Thermal Karst. Okay, that's fine. We can just chump the boarding party here if they attack. Ichor Wellspring. It's actually not a bad draw either. I think I'm just gonna go Ichor Wellspring, play another bounce land. If they didn't have a land destruction spell before, ooh, that was good. So now we just hope they don't have another land destruction spell. Now we can just go chump the boarding party again, cast Sprout Swarm with buyback, just continue going. Maybe I shouldn't have even played bounce land, but again, I don't think they have another land destruction spell. No attack. Okay, I like that. Now I'll be able to Ancestral Recall here. Do I want to start with that, or do I want to just start with synth? I think I'll just start with recall. Call Doth a Rebirth. Okay. That's a good one. I don't think they have any like 1 damage to all effects, especially main deck. So I think I'm fine to just go like star into Rebirth and then just play like a Colony Garden as well. Is it fine to use this treasure, or should I save it? I think it's fine to use it. There's a Swarm Keeper that would have been good earlier, but that's okay. So I have 9, 10, 11. I mean, I guess I can't attack, but I can just double Sprout Swarm here. So kind of doing the thing. Just discard a mountain. So rights is a win. Opponent not really doing much. This is an Acid Moss on the bounce land. Okay, it's fine. We could just start attacking with all next turn. Doing the Sprout Swarm thing this game, pretty fun. Guess we were one mana shy. Maybe I could have played around that too. Ooh, there's bats. Okay. There is bats. Guess we can't cast it yet. We don't have enough mana. So we have 11, 14. We'll have 15 bodies. That's triple Sprout Swarm right there. Guess I'm just doing that. I think I just don't attack and I just massively Sprout Swarm here. I guess they could have a Bolt or a Scred for the Swarm Keeper, but that's fine too. Another Sprout Swarm. Yeah, just gonna go no attack. Could have attacked for 10 and then for 9. That might have been better than just than doing nothing here, but I think this is actually okay. Boarding Party into Wild Growth is fine. At this point, we can also even just, if they attack with like both, we could like, oh, they even played a land. I was gonna say we could double or triple block both, but they're just not even doing that. I think this is pretty much over at this point. They just got a little flooded. Didn't have the land destruction at the right time. I think we might. I don't know if we can kill next turn. Probably with bats. Maybe with bats we can. I guess we probably still need to draw something. Just cast one since we have another one. So they block Swarm Keeper plus one of these. They take 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess we don't quite have them. Deadly Dispute though. I feel like I just do that looking for basically anything. Could find rights, could find Glimmer Baron. It's just Ancestral Recall. There's Synth. Another Synth. Sure. Just gonna attack with everything except my plants now. Just try to kill them next turn. I don't think they have any outs here. Probably also could have just won this turn if I attacked last turn and then attacked again. All right, I don't know. why they're double blocking. This is a 6/6. Because they think I'm just gonna Sprout Storm at instant speed. But now I just trade for both anyway. Yeah, sure. Okay. They just really had a bad draw. Look at all these lands. They only drew like a couple spells and some land ramp spells. Pretty bad draw from Ponza, but that deck's pretty inconsistent too. Alright, I think I like Serene Heart kills all their wild growths. I don't think we want to sideboard too much. Oh, what's up, Duncan? Thanks for coming to the stream. It's going well. Let's see. I think I want both Serene Hearts because just like Serene Heart can easily like 2-for-1 them. Blood Fountain's not even bad. Sprout Storm's a little slow and they can't really counter it or like duress it or anything, so I think I'm fine taking one of those out. Can cut a Wellspring too. Could also just bring in one Serene Heart. Because like it's not that good. Just gonna minimally sideboard here. I don't think we want Cast into the Fire or Arms or anything. Just gonna try to be careful playing the bounce lands as well. All right, this looks good. No turn one accelerant. Interesting. Usually you don't want to keep hands like that. I think they're decreasing the entry fee and the prize payout for the Pauper leagues, if I'm not mistaken. All right, there's Arbor. Especially drawing a land. I kind of want to just go play land, play munitions, and then I mean I could also just play munitions because then even if they blow up one of my lands, I can just go like munitions in my plant, kill your Arbor Elf, worst case, best case, like play Star or Wellspring, sack it, kill this. I think that's the highest upside. I mean, I guess this could get taken out by something, but I'm willing to risk it. Not that scared of them like naturalizing my munitions here. Yeah, from 100 to 60, and then the prize payouts are decreased accordingly. I'm not a fan. Again, if they want to make a casual league, I'm fine with that. I want to play for actually more stakes than a league. But I understand Pauper is a cheap format and they want it to be accessible. So I understand why they're doing it. I totally see both sides, but personally, I don't. Personally, it's not good for me, basically. All right. I can just go Ichor Wellspring, sack it, kill Arbor Elf. I don't know if I need to deploy Glimmer Baron yet. I could go play Chromatic Star, sack that, kill Arbor Elf, and play Glimmer Baron. So then I have a Glimmer Baron protecting me at, like, they can't attack with this. The only thing is I don't really want to use my star because it's my only black mana right now. So I think I'm fine doing the Ichor Wellspring line. Just ping that. Draw some cards. There's the swamp anyway. Okay. Now we'll just pass the turn. Yeah, that would be my preferred solution, is for them to just have a casual league with cheap entry, or a casual league with, it could be even less entry if they're worried about, like player accessibility. Could just be like 20 play points to enter with like basically no prizes, and it's just like practice, and you can get a chest if you 4-0, 4-1, or I don't know, just some more casual format. It doesn't really matter what it is. All right, I think I want to lead on synth here. There's another synth. Might as well play it. There's a Deadly Dispute. Okay, I'm going to play that too, I think. Now the thing is, what do I sack? Do I sack my planet? Do I sack a synth? Most likely I'm not going to be able to cast what I hit. Sacking the plant's kind of enticing. Keep these around. Am I really gonna want to chump with plant? I guess if they boarding party, I will. All right, I can just sack synth. All right, now we have to discard a card. I think I can just discard one of these Wellsprings. Just a little clunky at this point. We're gonna have to start making a bunch of tokens soon. All right, they're just attacking for 5. I think I can go to 12. They have just nothing. Their hands have been really bad. All right, we can kill a Utopia Sprawl with our 2-mana card. Not even that good. I could lead with Deadly Dispute on my synth, just to try to like find as many cards, just draw as many cards as possible. I don't hate that. There's another Deadly Dispute. Okay. So now I'm probably just going Chromatic Star into play another Deadly Dispute. Okay. And let's just go Swarm Keeper, Glimmer Baron. And then what are we discarding? This Ichor Wellspring at this point? I guess I can play a Sprout Swarm right now too. Kind of like that. Wait, I can play a land too? I haven't played a land yet? Nice, let's go. Won't even have to discard this turn. Yeah, I can just tap these plants now. Okay, now we're doing it. Because now my Glimmer Baron threatens to be easily a 3/4. What is this? Just like a Acid Moss on my swamp? Sure. We are 3 colors, but we have 4 Chromatic Stars, so that's nice. If they attack with Jewel Thief, I wonder if I just... I guess I could just eat it with Glimmer Baron. I guess that would be the better play. They just really have nothing going on, huh? Let's just keep drawing cards. This deck does draw basically infinite cards here. I think I just want to start playing everything out now. Go Glimmer Baron. Maybe I should have cast Wellspring first. I guess that was technically bad sequencing. Should play out a bunch of stuff that I'll attack eventually. I'm not going to attack with this. Could attack with just Glimmer Baron for 1. They don't really have any good blocks. And then I can still just Sprout some with buyback here. Not going to sack anything, but just attack for 1. All right. I think now we've kind of assembled our engine. I think we're probably too far ahead at this point. Not sure if their deck can keep up anymore. So feeling pretty good about this one. Swarm Keeper going off here. All right, Deadly Dispute is nice too. Just go black draw. Oh, Carnarium's actually not bad, surprisingly. Just Ancestral again. Oh wow, there's a Rebirth too. I think I'm fine to just rebirth this synth. Just going off here. Swarm Keeper. Why not? Now we could also just leave up multiple munitions activations. I guess I don't even need to play Carnarium. I guess we just attack with all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can Sprout Swarm twice here. Then how many tokens do I have? I'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think they're just dead here. I haven't even done the math. I'm just going in. Maybe I should do the math. They could have like double spread or something. I don't think there's any risk of me losing my Glimmer Barons. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess the double spread does kill a Glimmer Baron, but I can separate the damage out over the 2 Glimmer Barons. So I think I'm fine. I can even leave up munitions here as well. A couple munitions activations. Just not even really doing the math too much, just kind of going in. All right, we got him. Got ourselves a win there. Let's go round 3. Air, you asked what my take on Wellspring versus Lambos and Boros Synth. You know, somebody actually commented on my top 5 commons, and they were like, "Oh, I think you're sleeping on Lambos," even though I had it in my top 5. And I guess I was. It's seeing a lot of play. I think it's really good in Boros Synth. Seeing some play in other Tron decks. I think it's just going to be kind of like a staple. So even though I had it in my top 5, maybe I was sleeping on it. Maybe it was even better than I thought. Let's play first. Opponent's saying, okay, wait. I'm going to keep. Hand is a little awkward too, but we're doing it. Opponent says, okay, wait, turn off. I think they mean like, I'm going to turn off the stream. Maybe they saw the opening hand. It is what it is. Now, what color? I think I might have to actually just get black here, because then I can go Blood Fountain and Deadly Dispute the token. They said I've done, and they're just saying like I've turned it off. I'm gonna say I trust you. How has Mirkwood's bats been? We haven't. I don't think we've cast it yet, so unfortunately, it's been kind of irrelevant. We're against Thraben Inspector. I don't hate seeing that. All right, well, that was a good draw. Now we can just Deadly Dispute that. Just assembled Ancestral Recall. I really do want to go off with Mirkwood Bats at least once this league. I would absolutely love to. We're against Plains Thraben Inspector. I'm assuming it's just like mono white value Guardian's Pledge type of deck, Squadron Hawks or whatever. I don't know what the opponent's saying. If I'm gonna do that, maybe I didn't say I'm watching you. Okay, it's just Boros Synth, probably with Lambos and Thraben. Probably should have known. All right. Do I just lead on Deadly Dispute here? Might have to discard, but still feel like it's the best option. There's a Chromatic. Definitely not going to have to discard. Just can't do that much here. I probably just want to start playing out these Swarm Keepers, though. I can just play out one Swarm Keeper and a Chromatic Star. That's all I can do. I wish I could like reboot this turn and just like rights kill them next turn or something like crazy like that, but not going to be able to quite do that. So let's just do what we can do. Definitely choked on green mana here. Definitely just have to take damage. I'm gonna try to just Sackstar for green, another bar Batter Fist. I mean, we're really good in general against these Batter Fists, just not quite yet with this hand. But we can make a lot of 1/1s with this in Rebirth. I'm going to try to sack this for green, play Swarmkeeper, and then start playing tokens. Like Forest would be a good draw. Deadly Dispute. Deadly Dispute actually isn't bad. Because we can Deadly Dispute a Great Furnace, try to draw more lands, and we get a token from Dispute. Yeah, I like that. So let's go Swarmkeeper. Deadly Dispute a land. They have a Bolt for one of them. I don't think I want to Sprout Swarm. No land, huh? That's pretty brutal for us. Man, that's really bad. I mean, we're just dying to 2-mana 3/1s now. I think I need to just play Glimmer Baron and trade it for a Rebel. It's really bad. Alternatively, what I can do feels bad as well, but I can go play Cloakwood Swarmkeeper off my treasure, and then just tap both my Swarmkeepers to play a Sprout Swarm, and then block one of these. I mean, I can probably find another Sprout Swarm later. Pretty unfortunate draws there, yeah. We just needed like one more land. Now we're pretty far behind. I think I'm gonna do it. Just block one of them, take 3, trigger my things. Still have a lot of cards in hand and rights. Okay, so they're gonna get their bar Batter Fist back pretty good. And they have another land. Man, just really sucks when opponents like hitting all their land drops and you're not. Okay, Colony Garden was great. It's exactly what we need. I think I want to just go, I'm at 12. I think I want to just go Colony Garden, Blood Fountain, play Chromatic Star. I think that's the best line. Just make a bunch of tokens to trigger these Swarm Keepers separately. Because now we have 2 things that can block both. Oops, didn't mean to pass there. Not gonna try to attack yet either. Just gonna go to main 2 and play a star. Okay. We're back pretty much functioning. And if we can draw another untapped land, we can get bats down next turn, have a blocker for Skyfisher, kind of like stabilize the board with bats. It's pretty sweet. We have a 5/5 and a 4/4, threatening to get bigger too. Ooh, equip the core Skyfisher, that's scary. And equip again, attack for 4. Okay, it's good. Munitions would be insane. They play a tap lane. They have 2 cards left, we're at 8. Another Colony Garden. Definitely would love to set up for like a rights kill if we can. We just can't draw that many cards. Thinking if I want to like add a second green to play both Glimmer Barons out this turn, to like somehow try to set up a rights kill next turn. I think I can tap my swamp. It's gonna suck if I draw exactly Deadly Dispute. Another Chromatic Star. Maybe I just play that, sack it to draw, play Glimmer Baron, play Colony Garden, and then just go from there. Could also just hold the star, but I don't think there's real downside to just like essentially cycling it here. Another bats. Those aren't going to be good here. All right, so now I can attack with at least my 6/6. I guess I could attack with this too. If they triple block, I get to kill 2 things. Then they have less blockers next turn for my rights for 3. I think I'm just going to attack with the 1. We could just be dead to burn spells next turn as well. They still have a clue token in play. They draw, sure. So now we don't have any choice. I have to go for an Alpha Strike and hope like I can get there with rights, basically. Hopefully they're dead to rights. Could also cycle Blood to start. Maybe draw like a Deadly Dispute or something that draws me cards. I don't really see a downside. So any reason to play bats? Yo, Weber, what's up? Thanks for the raid. Opa, to all my Brazilian friends. Weber, great Pauper content creator. Check out Weber's YouTube. Opa for sure. And Weber streams obviously a lot. So check out Weber's YouTube and stream. Great deck builder, good player, top 8s and does well in a lot of challenges. All right. What do we do here? We can cycle Blood. I can just play Mirkwood Bats. The problem is I'm still dead to... bolts because they can just bolt the bats and then attack. But if I play bats and then attack with all, I essentially get 3 more damage because when I sack tokens to Glimmer Baron, I drain for 1. But I also lose 1 pump on my rights. So they have 3 blockers. Let's say they go block, block, block. I get through with 3 creatures. On the unblocked Glimmer Baron, I go sack, sack, sack. So let's say they block Glimmer Baron, Cloakwood, Swarmkeeper, and then I go rights for 3. That's super lethal. So they need... And then if they have a bolt for a plant, is that still lethal? 3, 8, it's not. But again, if I play bats and I have bolt, I die to that anyway. So I think my best line is start by cycling a bat away and just try to go for the rights win and just ignore these bats. Okay, that replaces itself as well. I guess we lost potential damage with Glimmer Baron. So yeah, maybe this was just wrong. I should have just attacked. It's going to be interesting how they block here. Yeah, now my Glimmer Barons aren't as threatening. If that costs us, that's going to be annoying. Was this lethal anyway? Maybe I should have just played bats and just hope they didn't have second bolt, because now this isn't lethal. This is only 9, 10 damage. All right, they got us. That was a bad play by me. I'm playing so off right now. Play bats there. I could still have attacked with everything. Hope they don't have bolt. That would have been that was the line. All right, GG. All right, what do we want? Spider Silk Armor's not bad, just giving all our stuff reach is kind of annoying for them. They might bring in some like 1 damage effects too. They have Glint Hawk, most likely, and Thraben Inspectors, and they have 3/1s and stuff. I guess Arms of Hadar is good. Don't know about Cast into the Fire though. I think I want to stick to like our own game plan as well. I like siding out Glimmer Barons a lot of times. And again, against non-counterspell decks, cutting a Sprout Swarm is usually pretty good. It's kind of clunky, even though it's good in the later game. All right. All right, this hand's awkward, but we can keep it. We have, this is another kind of cool thing about the mana base, is Ash Barrens plus Carnarium is kind of a good combo. Because you can just do this, play Ash Barrens, and then next turn add 1 mana, play Carnarium, use that mana to cycle. So it's actually like a pretty nice mana fixing combo here, way to build our mana base. All right. Just want to not misclick here. Okay, nice. Yeah, this deck is so fun to play. I think I might even just play Spider Silk Armor next turn. And then, I'm not sure. Probably on turn 3 I'll just have to play random stuff out. But yeah, I'm not too concerned about this. It's not like I can play much to deal with it quite yet anyway. I could just go like play Ichor Wellspring, play Chromatic Star this turn. Another line, which is interesting, is just play Forest, play Chromatic Star past the turn, and then just Deadly Dispute the Chromatic Star. Then I get an extra mana for next turn, and I get to draw cards right now. I actually like that line. It's pretty tempting just to play Spider Silk Armor. I can still just play Spider Silk Armor next turn. I like this. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna play this deck next time I play Pauper. Thraben, sure. If they just go Thraben past, plan to crack the clue, that is fine with me. They're not. And munitions. Okay, munitions is good. They're just like getting on board a lot more than we are, just with the way our draw. Oh man, draws have been rough. See, playing Bat just seems so sketchy. It seems so bad. So bad. I think what I want to do is play Blood Fountain, play Spider Silk Armor, and then I'm taking 4 damage. Definitely need to play Spider Silk before Bat, though. Okay. I guess we could have done this and played the Rakdos Carnarium this turn, but I just didn't think we needed to. Could just save the treasure. We take 4. Kind of need them to miss a land drop here, which looks like they might be doing. No, we just play a tap land. Arms of Hadar would be sick. Okay, Glimmer Baron's good. Glimmer Baron is good. So I think I'm just playing Bat into Glimmer Baron into Bounce Land. Just get my creatures down. Drain for 1. And then just Carnarium, Bounce Mountain. Go ahead. Not bad. What do I think about Jeskai Ephemerate? I think it's a fine deck. Pretty difficult to play, but I think it's reasonable. The mana's kind of rough in it, but yeah, Yeah, it's solid. Ooh, Foundry Helix on my bats. It's pretty good for them. I guess they can attack with their Rebel and just trade their Rebel for my blood token. Sack blood. We have to just take a hit off the Rebel here. Unless we want to just trade Glimmer Baron for it. I mean, Glimmer Baron's not doing that much here. Takes a little pressure off me. I just do it. I don't want to keep taking damage and just get burned out. Alright, let's lead on Synth. Synth into Great Furnace. Alright, let's Deadly Dispute away the Synth. Leaving black mana. Ooh, there's a Rebirth, nice. So now I just go Ichor Wellspring into Rebirth. Could also play the Colony Garden, but I could also just save my treasure. Oh, I don't even need it. I can play this Great Furnace. What am I talking about? Okay. Let's lead on Ichor Wellspring. Great Furnace. Rebirth. Sack Wellspring. 7 cards in hand, but not much. Not that much. I guess we have another Ancestral. We do have a lot of mana, actually. So, yeah, we're doing okay. We're at 13. They do have munitions, though. Yeah, Batterfist is sick in this deck. Does a lot. Pick it up with Skyfishers for more 2/2s. Can sack to munitions. Exile target artifact. Okay. That card, I mean, Blood Fountain doing work already. If they're scared of getting back bats. Wonder if I should have just done that. I was not expecting this. I guess Spider Silk Armor is kind of crushing this anyway, so they don't really have another option. Here they're just going to rebuy Batterfist. Oh no, bounce land. Sure. They're not attacking. Fine with me. Another Rebirth. Sweet. Probably going to lead on that. I want to just like continue to go wide here. It seems good. We have Deadly Dispute's not bad either. There's Rights. Okay. So we have 8 cards in hand. But they do have triple blocker right now. I think what I want to do is just play a Colony Garden this turn. And then I can Deadly Dispute whatever. Either a treasure or a land. And then set up for like a Rights kill next turn. Seems sweet. Yeah, Spider Silk Armor always impresses me. Wellspring. Oh, I only have 10 minutes on my clock. I gotta play a little bit faster. Been talking a lot. All right, I'm gonna plan to go Deadly Dispute on this Great Furnace here. Oh, they're tapped out. Love seeing that. I think they might be dead. They have 4 blockers. They block 4 of these. We get through with 3 attackers, but we Rights for X equals 8. They have 0 mana. All right. Got him. Did the combo, draw infinite cards, while making tokens, and then just Rights for the win, even against a go wide deck. Pretty sweet. Double block one. You got it. Look at our hand. 8 lands and Rights. If opponent was on the stream, they probably know about rights. That was sick. All right. Do we want cast into the fire? Cast it into the fire. No. I don't think we want second munitions either. It's not bad. Honestly, one Weather the Storm doesn't seem bad either. No, I meant to get Old Border Weather the Storms. It's a punt. It's just jam. Arms of Adar is also insane. This is kind of awkward, but I think I'm going to keep it. Should I? Man, we need all the memes. It's like, we need like, after all, like, why shouldn't I keep it? You know, Bilbo looking down at the ring. Should have gotten those. Man, this hand is pretty bad. They mulliganed. It'll come together. It'll come together. Up 6 their turn. That was a good draw. Kind of want to just play that now. I think I will. Maybe Weedy on Swarmkeeper was better, but I was like thinking I kind of protect it by not playing it. Ooh. So now I could just go Bog Pass. Ashburns for Mountain. I kind of want to play Spider Silk before playing all my cheap stuff too. Not under any pressure. Nice. Drawing the red source was absolutely massive there. Might even just, yeah, I might just play out the Spider Silk Armor next turn. Opponent's just going to draw a card. It's fine. Their turn for the awkward draw, perhaps? Guess not. Munitions. Of course, Skyfisher, replay Thraben. That's fine. Let's get Mountain. Okay. Do I have the luxury to play out Spider Silk? I think yes. They just already showed Cast into the Fire. So why do I need to risk like 2 of my tokens dying or my Cloakwood Swarmkeeper dying to Cast into the Fire? Like there's no reason to risk that. Like sure I get hit for 3, but then I just stabilize next turn with Spider Silk in play anyway. So seems like a no-brainer to me. Ooh, that wasn't a bad draw either. Let's go Swarmkeeper into Rebirth, draw a card, land, bounce land, bolt this, sure. Nice. Got the combo that we haven't been able to pull off yet. It should come together at some point. Maybe this game's the game for it. Bats with Spider Silk? Is that a combo too? Doesn't die to bolt? Ooh. Okay, so they can Wrath for 2. That is a problem for sure. I mean, I guess I'm just triple blocking. My things do have reach. They want a card clan for 2. I get to at least block it. Force them to use this. Yeah, and they sack a land and a clue. That's a lot of value for me. Like I only spent like basically 0 cards on all these tokens. They lose their Thraben also. Yeah, this is great for me. think I just don't even want to play bats. I want to just keep drawing cards. Oh, let's go. Do I synth or do I wellspring into Deadly Dispute? Synth is kind of tempting. I have a lot of mana to like play whatever I want. I just can't play a red spell. No, the Wellspring's got to be better. Munitions, that's good. Sprout Swarm, not bad either. Another Colony Gardens. Sick. I think I want to go back up to 2 Spider Silk in the board. I used to have 2. I went back down to 1. Obviously it's slow, but it's really strong. Can't attack into the Baron. There's rights. Don't hate that. Just lead on Synth and then hope we hit a land, play bats. Swarmkeeper, huh? I'll play it. Now we can just pass the turn and then Sprout Swarm here. I know getting bats down there would have been nice, but this is fine too. Getting Swarmkeeper down is good as well. And getting to play this is just nice. Makes the future Sprout Swarms easier to cast. This deck just like slowly builds into a point where it has a lot of inevitability. Sick. Another land. I just don't need to go for any kill into like any removal spells here. 6.5 minutes, plenty of time. So I think I'm fine to just play bats and play munitions this turn. So let's just go ahead and do that. Then next turn we can still Sprout Swarm with buyback, and then next turn we can play another bats, and then just really start going off. No attacks because I want to Sprout Swarm with buyback. Two, 4 reach flying. Is this the new giant spider? This should be a good matchup for us overall, though. They're just like valuing, but we value a little bit harder. We're both like, you want to play against just like random mid-range strategies with this deck. Obviously drawing Spider Silk in both post-board games is really nice. Oh, just going off with triggers. Pretty sick. They might even just concede to second bats here. Wouldn't fault them for it. Lead on Wellspring though. I don't even think I need to attack with anything. Every token we make, we drain for 2 and get a counter on Swarmkeeper. I guess there's some world where we get burned out, but it's not like, and they say, okay, GG's. GG's. Really good games. Opponent's draws kind of petered out there, and again, drawing the Spider Silks were huge. Who knows if their hand was like, you know, cast into the fire and stuff like that, and we were just like playing all these 0 mana 1/2, 0 mana O2s, 1 mana make a million 1/2s, stuff like that. So sick. After getting destroyed by red, fighting back to 2-1, let's keep the wins going. Let's go for the 4-1. Let's go round 4. All right, welcome to round 4. We're against, I have no idea how to pronounce that. We're against a nice opponent here. Yeah, they said, yeah, last opponent said they had Cash into the Fire. Games 2 and 3 there. Just happened to draw the Spider Cell, got lucky. Would you like to play first? Yes. Snap, keep this. Sand is sick. See, one thing with this deck also, your curve is really low. All your spells cost 1 and 2 mana with a lot of 1-drops, except for Mirkwood Bats. Um, and then because of that, having like so many tap lands doesn't cost you as much, especially when your land is like producing like something that's actually of value to you. Ooh, we're against red again. Just another burn deck. Okay. Next turn we can play Wellspring, play Garden. Then the turn after that we can like Ancestral. Keep going on the Swarmkeeper. They might bolt it. Yeah, Heterodox. Just because we had the Spider Silk armor, kind of wrecked the cast into the fire plan. So got lucky that I drew it both times. Oh man, no bolts is rough here. No bolts is real rough. Just gonna have to try to like stick to our game plan, I guess. Oh, what about this though? Play Colony Garden. Attack. They can't block because we could threaten to Deadly Dispute, kill their thing. Yeah, there's no way they block. I wonder if I just Deadly Dispute anyway. No, because I want to try to win with rights probably. Rights or bats. I can try to race them. I'm just gonna get hit for so much damage here. Chain Lightning the Swarmkeeper, that is fine. They're not killing us as quickly, killing our creatures. Ooh, that is sketchy. Makeshift munitions. All right, let's lead on Ancestral. There's a Rebirth. Bats have just been like slightly awkward. Like I never like want to cast bats. I like can almost never cast it. Nine cards in hand. I can go Great Furnace, Rebirth, then have 5 things in play to try to threaten a win if I find rights. That seems good to me. Seems like a good strategy. So I'll have 3 creatures that can get through because I can go Great Furnace and then Rebirth my treasure token. Then next turn, I could go Deadly Dispute away the Great Furnace. So I can look at 3 more cards to try to find rights. What are my other options? Play Colony Garden. Play Munitions. Play Colony Garden, pass, discard a card, and then Dispute now. And I have 3 creatures. Just gonna do this line. This threatens a win next turn if we have rights in the top 3. And they're tapped out, I guess. But this is like representing so much damage. We might just be dead. I don't run Springleaf Drum, but that is something we could consider. I just don't like that card that much. Sick. Yo, Heterodox, thanks for the sub. And again, good games last match. Are we dead? We go to 8, we go to 6. Fire Blast kills us. I mean, we just let them just have Thermal Alchemist here. Lava Dart, that kills us. Wow. And then you can't just let your opponent just have double Thermal Alchemist and just do nothing about it. So we're getting crushed by red so far, especially without the bolts, makes it a lot harder, I feel like. Because bats is just not good against red. It's just too slow. What did we do last time? This? Kind of like this sideboard plan. Definitely don't want Cast into the Fire in this matchup anyway. Alright, let's go. And our draws match one against red, which is really bad. We can beat them. Got a mulligan, just double ash burns, just not gonna do it. One land on the play. They kept 7. We have a Weather the Storm though. I just don't think we can keep. This hand just doesn't function if it doesn't find another land. Alright, this has just been rough. Yo, Rodolfo, what's up? Do I even need Cloakwood Swarmkeeper? Or would I rather have Synth? This is something I can play, which doesn't really do that much. This is going to be tough. I mean, our 4-card hand wasn't bad, but like even when we cast Ancestral Recall, we're not getting back up to like even a normal 7-card hand. I'm going to lead the turn on Synth next turn. Not sure yet. These red decks are pretty funny, I feel like. They play Synth and they play whatever, the Thermal Alchemist. It's kind of interesting to me. I'll just take 2. Hopefully they're stuck on 1 land. Nice. Okay. Okay. Okay, now I'm actually just gonna go Gardens, pass, plan to chump, and then Deadly Dispute my plan. That's a better line. It's usually good to like wait on Synth as long as possible. Does anybody listen to Lords of Limited? Rectangle theory, just making as many like pieces of cardboard as you can. That's why Colony Garden can be a decent card. I should just do this. I'm gonna Deadly Dispute anyway, so might as well just save 1 damage if they're not gonna play a spell. Yeah, this Pinger Bird matchup does seem bad because I can't answer any of their pingers. Don't even know if I need to play this mountain. What about an interesting line of play this mountain, just crack this Synth, hope to hit like a 1-drop that I could play off the treasure? It's pretty bad, but I mean, I'm on a mulligan to 4. Just another land. Just pass. Gonna have to try to find Weather the Storm here. Friend Resolve, sure. Chain Lightning Mountain. Chain Lightning me or the Samurai. Yeah, they just take out the Samurai. I'll just chump the Swift Spear here. The plant. I don't think I was supposed to Sprout Swarm or anything for 1. I don't think that really does anything. All right, we go to 14 and they have 5 cards in hand. I was going to say Weather the Storm. Not quite so lucky though. Oh, I think we were supposed to cut 1 Sprout Swarm as well, but we didn't. Guess we just crack this for red, hope to draw Called Off Rebirth exactly. Okay, we kind of did. Might also want to play Colony Garden here to try to set up, again, a rights kill next turn. Kind of doing it. So if we draw rights, we only rights for 5, but they'll probably only have, oh man. Okay. Just the rub-ins from the opponent on our multi-4. We start functioning and opponent was like, no, none of that. All right. GG's. Tried to say GG's, but Magic Online didn't want me to be good-mannered. All right, 2 and 2. Let's try to go positive. We got decimated by red twice there. We might need some. We might need to work around some stuff here. Sure. Seems awkward, but I'm not gonna mull this one. Yo, Queso Dip. Thanks for the sub. The resub. Appreciate it. We snap keep 7. I'm just gonna jam Gardens. Turn 2 jams Star plus another tap land, and then start rebirthing. Red again? What is this, a Pauper League? Bat has just been like a million times worse than Bolt so far. It's like we just made our deck like a lot worse with Bat. We took out a 1-drop and added a 4-drop. And the 1-drop is like just so much better. Hit for 1, play like a Thermal Alchemist, Kessig. Not like this. Not like this. So I can go Rebirth. I could go Rebirth plus Glimmer Baron and sacking my land. I guess alternatively I can go Great Furnace, play Chromatic Star, play Called Off the Rebirth on the Chromatic Star. I think that's the best line. Sometimes you can get these decks too if you just write them when they're like, if they don't really know your list. It certainly helps. Reckless, sure. They're just drawing cards, pinging. Oh my god. That's the problem with this deck in this meta, and the festivities just crushes you. Now we can't even really make that many more tokens. How do we win? I don't think we do. We're just really, really missing Bolt. Because like if this was Bolt, kill this, and then like now we're close to stabilizing. Kill this, play Glimmer Baron, play Nicker Wellspring, you know, we're kind of back in the game, but just playing a 2/3 flyer here, it's just gonna get killed. It doesn't really do anything, doesn't gain us life. It's funny because when I was testing this deck and trying out Falconwrath Aristocrat, I had a lot of boards where I was like, okay, this Falconwrath Aristocrat is actually a lot better than Mirkwood Bats would be. So yeah, this is just like not quite getting there for me, unfortunately. Of course, we played against red 3 times. Oops. Let's see. Yes, I just tap like this, play her Wellspring, play Gomer Baron. Pretty rough. Could have also just, again, played bats, but I think we're losing. If we do that, I think we're losing either way, but Mountain Chain Lightning. I'm ready to go game 2. We're at 9. All right, let's just pack it in. I think we were pretty much dead or already dead. Weather's coming in. All this stuff is pretty bad. We definitely need the second Sprout Swarm, so that's something we'll be adding. Because I just keep in the munitions. Can keep in a bats. Just try it like this. Munitions being just like so mana intensive is pretty rough. Where at least bats, I can just like jam it in certain situations. Hand looks pretty awkward here. So we'll keep it. Maybe we weren't supposed to keep this. I could actually just play Star instead of playing Ashburns. I get to draw an extra card as well. I think I like it better. Draws us towards more like tap lands, bounce lands, and stuff that we want to just play next turn. I don't think I want a synth yet. Weather the Storm. Weather the Storm, not bad. So now I can just get get Forest now, excuse me. Yeah, maybe we need more than one Spider Silk. Have I said that yet? We definitely need that. Another Glimmerbrain. I can't play it yet. I think I need to synth and then just pass with Weather up. Man. I don't think I'm going to die next turn. Guess I can attack. They can't block. Hit for 1. All right. We can keep in mind that we can cast one of these Sprout Swarms if we want to. Not sure we will want to, but all right. Also, I figured they'd take one more setup turn, especially if they had like second Thermal Alchemist or anything, and then we could weather next turn. Wonder if they just dart our plant now. If they wait to dart and we get to weather the storm for more, it's gonna be pretty nice. I feel like a good play for them would be to dart now. Because then I also can't sack for Glimmer Baron for extra damage. They elect not to. So if I go Forest, play Glimmer Baron, pass, could attack with just this one Glimmer Baron. I can't quite play Sprout Storm with buyback and weather the storm, but I could play Sprout Storm without buyback. Like I'm just playing this, hoping they like Lava Dart here. I don't really need to though, because they're probably going to place many spells on their next turn. Interested to see what they do here. Looks like they're just going to dart. Maybe they're just pinging. They do dart. Dart me. I guess I'm just gonna go play Sprout Swarm, play Weather the Storm. Gain 12. It's like it's possible that they were gonna, play 3 spells on their next turn, but they also might just like play Reckless past the turn. Do I think Ring, the Ring Tempts You is gonna affect Cast Down? Not really. I mean, there are some slightly playable, like 1 or 2 cards that are okay that say the Ring Tempt You, but even then, like, you're still probably going to be able to find a target for your cast downs. You could always just play like 1 less cast down, and there's a million other good removal spells like Agni Warp and just random other black removal spells you can play instead of cast down. So you can diversify a little bit more just to be safe, but it's not going to like kill cast down or anything, I don't think. Okay, they're attacking with Monastery Swiftspear and they have a Lightning Bolt. I kind of want to fight over the Swiftspear though. I mean, these tokens aren't really doing anything. So let's block. Make them like play a bunch of spells, try to deal with our stuff right here. I'm gonna sack the plant to start. Don't want to cast the second Sprout Swarm without a buyback if I can help it. Probably just let this Glimmer Baron go before I do that. So they could bolt this Glimmer Baron, they could bolt me, they could Lava Dart the Sapperling token, which I would just sack it. So, interesting. They might go Lava Dart the Sapperling, and then we would just Glimmer Baron it, and then they would bolt in response to that. That's not a bad option for them. Oh, they're going Lightning Bolt right now. So now if I sack Sapperling, it works out pretty well for me, right? Sack Sapperling, Bolt resolves, Glimmer Baron takes 3, survives. It's a 3/4. Then Bolt happens, then this Glimmer Baron thing happens. They could Lava Dart the Glimmer Baron before the second trigger happens. But if they do all that, I'm fine with it. Again, I didn't want to play another Sprout Storm. I want to play this one with buyback since I don't really have anything else to do. So they don't Lava Dart yet. Let's see if they Lava Dart now. No, they don't. So is their Swiftspear going down then? Okay. Interesting. All right, this turn's unexciting, but pretty straightforward, I think. We're at 26, but they have 5 cards in hand and a Thermal Alchemist in play, so we're not even close to being safe. We don't have black mana right now either. Pretty awkward. But we do have a Sprout Swarm starting up. Yeah, I guess Synth is just good enough that they're willing to play like Thermal Alchemist and Synth. Kind of funny, but I mean, Both of these have been 1 mana draw card right now. Wow, just going off with Since. Okay, they missed on the last one. They've already played a land. They're clearing lands off the top of their deck too. Just these red decks have so much card advantage, it's insane. I almost forgot to cast this. Okay. Oh, let's go. Should use this. Tap the right way. That was a fantastic draw. And there's Carnarium too. I guess Carnarium's not that good actually. Let's cast with buyback right now. Since these have summoning sickness anyway, and this has 0 power. Then I can play Carnarium. Bouncing this. Then attack with both Glimmer Barons. I guess what happens if they just take... I can't really pump yet, right? I could attack with 1. Let's see, if I attack with just 1, I go Sprouts Form with buyback, Sprouts Form without buyback. Then I make 2 more tokens. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tokens, 17 damage. So this way they have to block, right? Let me do the math again. Tap these 3, tap these 2 lands, Sprouts Form with buyback. Get a token, have Forest untapped. Tap Forest and the new Saproling to cast Sprouts Form without buyback. So I make 2 tokens, I'm tapped out of everything. They don't block. I have 2 more tokens. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tokens. That's 16, 17 damage. If they don't block, they die. Is this a Tog or what? They know about Sprouts Form, so if they do the math correctly, assuming we did, they should know they have to block. They can't really kill this with bolts ever because we can just keep sacking tokens. Yeah, they're blocking. Okay, sweet. So now we just sack a tap plant, kill the alchemist, and then we're just at 24 right here. So somehow we just turn this game around. Lava Dart, me. Okay. Are they going to flashback any Lava Darts just to hit for 2 with them? Still above 20 life. All right, pass. Respect for the opponent figuring that one out. It's kind of hard to see that like you get a token and then you can use that token to convoke the next Sprout Swarm. And cracking Synth is a sign of weakness here. Into Reckless Impulse. It's not going to do it. I get to make multiple more tokens before attacking with double Glimmer Baron. So they might just be dead to these Atogs. Reckless Impulse. I think they're going to be dead here. They need to like play a 1-drop creature. Or like, even bolting a Glimmer Baron now, I don't think it's going to do it. It just trades for 1 token. I guess an End the Festivities would do it. I'm actually going to advertise for them right now. I don't know if this is going to show up. This is a brewery in San Diego. This is like my new favorite beer, Harlan Brewing, the Japanese lager from them. It is so good. All right, let's just sack this, I guess. Might as well. Wait, almost messed up. I was too distracted by Harland. Guess we didn't even really need to, but might as well. Now they're trying to like keep our token count down so they don't die to these Glimmer Barons. Love it, another token. Sure. Golgotha Rebirth, but no artifact to sack. Oh yeah, we do have an artifact to sack. For some reason, I thought we didn't have a Great Furnace in play. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. So this should just be lethal here. Not sure what they could have. So this is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 13, 16, 17. Sweet. Got there with the Barons. All right, let's get this W. Let's beat red in one match, shall we? We're on the draw. Maybe Sprout Swarm's just better than Bats, just to like be a 0 mana spell that we can just like 0 mana spell with Weather the Storm. I think so. I guess the double Bats did win us one game. Seems pretty sketchy. Can make a lot of green tokens here. Opponent's on a mulligan to 6. Mountain Swiss Sphere. Why not? Mountain. Do I want to wait on the gardens for any reason? I don't think so. I don't really want to Ash Barrens for Forest, and I can Ash Barrens for Swamp this way. They have Thermal Alchemist. Pretty good 6 from our opponent. So now I think I Glimmer Baron, Mountain. Ooh, do I just play Chromatic Star or do I cycle Ash Barrens? I guess again, playing Chromatic Star early is just a little bit better because you get to draw a card. We don't get to leave up 1 mana, but nothing we can do about that. We are probably going to need to find Weather the Storm. Also, good to keep in mind, we do have double Sprout Swarm here. So if they think their Swiss Sphere is safe, it may not be from a block on Glimmer Baron blocking it. Yeah, we want them to attack with Swiss Sphere. Ooh, they're attacking with Kessig? Okay, this is a mistake. Oh, I could block. Wow, this is sick. Block, play Sprout Swarm. They could try to bolt Glimmer Baron in response, but that doesn't work. They could Fire Blast Glimmer Baron here. But then they sack 2 lands. Attacking with the Flame Breather, I think, was just straight up incorrect. Now they could bolt Glimmer Baron, but then we just sack the Sapperling now. Sweet, that gives us a chance. It gives us a chance in this game. Okay. We take 0, you lose Kessig. We do have another one though. Could lead on Crack, Chromatic Star, just red for red. Don't hate it. We're gonna have a synth to sack to like future called off rebirths and stuff. That is good. Let's play synth though. It's a land. I wonder if I can ignore that land. There's probably no real good reason to. I can cycle an Ash Burns for Swamp here. Play the Colony Gardens next turn. Just attack for 1 here. Because I can threaten to block with Glimmer Baron. Next turn, they're probably just playing Kessig. And the festivities, I guess, would be pretty brutal. But I guess I could also play a Sprout Swarm in response to that to save my Swarm Keeper. Lava Dart would be annoying too. Don't really want to play this without buyback either, so a lot of reasons that I don't want to see them, you know, play in the festivities or something along those lines here. Maybe playing the Great Furnace was unnecessary, but I feel like keeping cards in hand for rights is good too. There's like a lot of reasons. Okay, we go to 16. They have 2 good cards. One of them's a Fire Blast. Why does it have to be Fire Blast? They attack with Swiss Spear. I guess I just block with Glimmer Baron, sack Sapperling, see what they do. They Fire Blast it. I can just let it go. Yeah, no attack. Nice. Get Swamp here. Okay. Again, unfortunately, that doesn't help me gain life. Just sacking Synth is interesting right now. So let's say I hit a card, I can just ignore that. I can play Gardens, then I go token, token, 2 counters on this, and then have Threat Storm up with buyback. I don't really need to drain yet. See, I keep just not wanting to play bats. Ooh. Can't cast the Rebirth now. That sucks. Really would have wanted that. There's no way for me to play it. I feel like no attack is decent because I just get to Sprout Storm with buyback while leaving my blockers back. And attacking just for like 4 damage doesn't really do anything. Can set up for bats next turn. We're in this, we're at 16. I mean, they have 3 cards plus these 2 cards, which is a lot. They might have to Fire Blast our Cloakwood. Oh, I'm F6, I don't want to be. Opponent is deep in the tank. Maybe they don't have a land for the Searing Blaze. That would obviously be great for us if that was the case. Man, just the fact that like our hand was Colony Garden, Swamp, Ash Barrens, but we had to tap all our lands right there for Synth, and then we couldn't play the Rebirth that we hit. It was pretty bad. Of course, tapping all your lands to activate Synth, you're gonna miss a lot, but it just felt bad. I guess I'm not sure like how much Rebirth even does. It just triggers Cloakwood once. I guess it's good with Glimmer Baron. We threatened to start lethaling them like a lot sooner with that. Yeah. That is a good way to win. Glimmer Baron's been pretty good. I even might want to go down to 2. Obviously, it's been solid. It won us that last game. It could win us this game if we win. The problem is when I had 4 Glimmer Barons, I was like drawing like 2 of them in my opening, and I was like, okay, this is not good. So that was the main issue. All right, so they're just Searing Blazing for 1. It's just kind of annoying. I think I have to just cast it with buyback. The reason this is good, it puts a counter on my Swarmkeeper right now. What if I just let it go? Just sack the Sapling right now, and then have like a 3/4 Glimmer Baron and a 3/3 Cloakwood, and a Sprout Swarm in hand that I could just cast if I have to. I'm going to 15 off this. They have 3 cards left. I guess I'm going to 14. The problem is if I just tap all my creatures to Sprout Swarm with buyback, they're just gonna like, they can then just attack with both. This is already like basically a 3/4. I have to chump it. I'm losing this token anyway. I do get to trigger Swarmkeeper right now. Get another token in play, but I do have to chump with it. I'm just gonna sack. I'm gonna just not Sprout Swarm with buyback right here. So they kind of have to Fire Blast the Cloakwood, right? If they bolt this, then I'm just gonna cast Sprout Swarm. Chain Lightning us. So we go down to 10. Okay. Are we just dying? We're essentially at 5. Jeez. Fire Blast us. We go to 5. We just need to draw Weather the Storm, basically. Bolt us down to 1. They have a 5/6 Swiss Spear. No attacks. We're at 1 and they have a Kessig. Weather the Storm off the top. Sweat it.
What is he doing?
Sick. That was a believe for sure. Should have done the clip before. All right. So is it worth like I don't think it's I mean it's just so annoying if like oh Loon's coming in to say goodnight. Hi dude. It's just so annoying if I pass the turn with weather up and they pass the turn back. I go like Sprout Storm, they're like sure, and then I go Weather the Storm, they go Bolt. I mean they're definitely gonna have instants in their deck. I think I just need to gain life right now. I think if I do that, I can win the game. So I can go tap Glimmer Baron, Samurai, Plant, and 2 lands. Cast Weather the Storm with buyback, make a token. And then I can go play Swamp, tap token and land, cast Sprout Swarm again, trigger, and then cast Weather the Storm, gain 9, go to 10. It's got to be the line. And then I have a 5/5 blocker. I could also attack with my 5/5, just leave my tokens back to block. Tap these two. Cast. Guess I'm only gonna have one blocker this way, but I also get to attack for 5 here. It's probably what I want to do. Is it gonna be enough? That we're not sure of yet. I think I do need to hit for 5 because I need to like represent lethal soon, which I might be able to do with bats. Maybe bats is going to get us there. Another Swiss beer. And the festivities. That sucks. We can't even chum. So we go to 8, and we take 2, 3, 4, 5. Not sure they can attack with everything. They have 0 cards in hand. We get hit down to 4. So a 3 damage burn spell still kills us, but they may have to chump. What a game, what a game. And the festivities. Oh, man. All right, we go to 4. I was going to say non-land. Didn't get there that draw. I mean, opponent could always draw a land too. So what happens if I play bat? And let's just say attack with everything. We essentially could have them at 13 by sacking Samurai if they just blocked that. Let's say they don't block anything. They only take 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have to just hope they miss. So I guess I'm just attacking for 5. Do I also want to attack with Glimmer Baron? Most spells like kill me anyway. I mean, I guess I can attack with everything then. I have 2 blockers. Hope they just draw land. They could also draw like a Ren's Resolve or something. What about that? That hits me for 1, and then I can go block, block, take 1 more, go to 1. So that doesn't do it. Searing Blaze hits me for 1 down to 3. This hits me for 1 down to 2. Then I go block, block, survive at 1. Okay. Nothing that kills us, please. And the festivities, though. And please not the slow roll on the bolt. That would be so brutal. The fact that they haven't played anything yet. Thermal Alchemist, okay. Thermo Alchemist. This lets them know our hand, but it's okay. Let's get Forest. Man, that doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. They're at 8. They're essentially at 6, at 5. So they have to block Glimmer Baron and Swarmkeeper, but then we're still dead to any spell again. Man. Because they can just go block, block with their 2 Swiss Spears. And then they can block the Samurai token with whatever. So I need them to miss here. Yep. We needed to draw an out there. So yeah. Ren's Resolve does not do it right. They go ping, ping, ping. I guess Ren's Resolve into land spell does it though. And we're so close. We're also so close to dead though. Land 1 time. Just play the mountain. We have 2 minutes 20 seconds on the clock. Swift Beer. I don't think that does it. I think we got him. They definitely can't attack. Okay. Back on us. Deadly Dispute. Okay. That should do it. As long as we don't time out. Yeah, that does it. Whew! What a game. What a game. Beat Red in a really, really close one. Super close match there. Okay, that was awesome. That was awesome. Okay. That was really sick. Can I go back and look at the game? Yeah, so we obviously we drew Deadly Dispute. So let's say we didn't draw anything. Let's say we drew land. Then we had drain for 1 down to 3, drain for 2 down to 2, and then attack with everything. They can only block 3 things, and they die. So the Deadly Dispute was lethal. If we drew nothing, let's say we drew land, we just attack with all. They go block, 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 block. Were they just dead already? Because they only had 3 blockers. So they could block Glimmerbearing, Cloakwood, Cloakwood, and that's lethal, just like that. So yeah, they might have just drawn land. Who knows? But yeah, pretty close game. They didn't get there on the last top decks. We got there on the Weather the Storm top deck, which was pretty sick. So yeah, hell of a game for sure. That was sick. Okay, now let's go to the post deck. So Mirkwood bats just like obviously that was a 1 league sample and we played against red 3 times. So if we play against more mid-rangey decks, even decks like fairies, angler, stuff like just like random Boros decks, bats gets a lot better and could be better than bolt. But you could see in like a lot of these games when your deck has 0 removal spells, your opponent's like, play a Thermal Alchemist and you're like, oh crap, like I literally have to win this game without answering that Thermal Alchemist. That's so hard to do. So I could see like something like cutting like a couple bats, playing some number of like lightning bolts again. Could find a way to try to get even back up to 4 bolts. Like what if we did this and played 4 lightning bolt? 4 bat, like we just kept having bat, like when we couldn't cast it. It was just too brutal. It was like, okay, like even when we had like 5 or 6 mana a lot of times, I was like, okay, I can play bat now. And then I was like, well, I could also just Deadly Dispute now. Oh, I should just say Ancestral, because then I can like draw into a rights and win. But if I just play bat, it doesn't really do anything. This does give you some nice potential, like winning against like strands and just like having a lot of inevitability. But yeah, maybe some main deck configuration like this. I'm also thinking again, I don't want Glimmerbearing has just been like, it's been okay, honestly. It's been okay. It hasn't been like so good. There could be a build where your payoffs are just Cloakwood and Mirkwood, no Glimmerbearing, because then you have room for more token producers, and that could be even better potentially. So that's something to consider. Yeah, I kind of like this look a little bit better. So let's cut that. Let's add a Spider Silk to the sideboard. Now with the bolts actually having some removal is just like pretty nice. Look at how much like lower our curve looks. This looks a lot nicer. Definitely wanted the second Spider Silk just because it was so impressive. And like there's so many decks that can deal 1 to a lot of creatures. Like we should just side in double Spider Silk. Like so much of the time people are gonna have Cast into the Fire they're gonna have, and the festivities, stuff like that. So we could just cut this Gorilla Shaman and just play the 4 Cast into the Fire, honestly. I wanted the Shaman, but there's only so much room. I'm gonna go 1 Serene Heart, 1 Tranquility as well. I really like Tranquility, and it's like against Boggles, it's almost as good as Serene Heart. The only enchantment we have is Munitions, right? Maybe we just want double Tranquility. I mean, the thing is, I think 1/1 is fine. Serene Heart is better against Boggles, and that's where you really want it. And yeah, just I think the 1/1 split is better because the point is, what other decks do I really like? Like let's say that I see like 2 or 3 Journey to Nowheres. Am I like, oh, I want 3 Tranquilities? Or against like Ponza, it's like oh wow, Tranquility is so good. It's like it's fine, but it's not that good. Like 3 mana blow up 2 Wild Growths is like good, but not insane. But look at that art. This art is sick. Can't make it bigger for some reason. Sometimes you have to restart Magic Online to have the thing where you can double click right and left click to grow the card image. It's not working for me right now. It's pretty funny. But I think these are the changes I would make. I was really missing Bolt in that league. I think Mirkwood Bats does have potential. Maybe there's a way to find another one. Maybe like we could play it over this Munitions and just have the 1 Munitions in the sideboard. Maybe that's better. What about that? Cut the munitions, play the bat. Just play the munitions in the sideboard. Bat, it's like a bigger mana investment up front overall, but there was some games where we like played munitions and then we were just like, okay, we're not using it for a while. Where bat is just like 4 mana and then you go off. Yeah, what about this? I'm liking this build better. This looks sick. This was just by trimming on Glimmer Barons, cutting the blood fountain, cutting the munitions. We were able to like play bolt and Mirkwood bats and keep our entire like token producer count the same. Yeah, this is what I go. So thank you so much for watching. This is youtube.com/snapbolt. Really appreciate it. Go check out the channel. Until next time. Peace.